How you doing, Dr. D?
How you doing, Arden?
Dr. D, can you name that sound effect? What movie is that from?
War of the Worlds, 1953.
Nice. It was an easy one. Even I could get that one.
Oh
But
man, those are still scary.
I saw that. I probably mentioned this on the show. I actually saw War of the Worlds and Star Wars as a double feature as a kid.
You can't beat that with a club, man. You can't beat it with a lightsaber.
So good, so good.
Mhm.
Now the reason I brought that up is I had to. It's been a while since I did a movie review. By the way, welcome to Arden, the crotchety old man, and Dr. D.
Hello,
I,
everybody.
that's going to be like the world's longest title, but it'll still be Arden, the crotchety old man, for a while until we get everything else figured out. So anyway, I have been trying to keep track of my worst movies for you not to watch, and I did not know. Everyone is knows the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds from 2005, but there was another movie, H G Wells's War of the Worlds in 2005 with C. Thomas Howell. I don't know why that guy just keeps popping up.
The C. Thomas Howell.
By the way, he's actually a good actor in a lot of bad movies.
Yeah, and how does that work? I don't know how this guy is able to elevate sketchy material.
Yeah, so this movie, I'm going to say it's not as bad as the most recent War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. So it's not the worst of the year, but I'm putting it at my number three ranking between the Voyage of Sinbad movie and then this Ice
Oh my
Cube movie.
God.
Um, Number one, it starts off. He's married to a woman who she looks like she might. I thought it was his daughter at first because she's like 20 years old. The movie's 2005, and and she's only like 40 years old now.
Uh-huh.
So she's like 20 in the movie, and he's already like in his late 40s back then. I'm like. Plus, I don't even know how this was released because there's cursing in it, like f bombs are dropped. There's nudity in it, but so like it wasn't like a sci-fi movie.
I
On the
think I
Sci-Fi
think
Channel.
I think something like that went like to direct a video. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure it did.
so bad. It looked like they were in the same field, just in different parts of the same field. Like there was like I think there was like the same debris used in the shots over and over and over again. It was one of those like
I
poor
think they must have
budget.
spent like $500 on that movie, man.
Oh man, I mean, like the original. I wonder how much the original would cost now to make. Like it was so incredible. And by the way, like he gave. I'm going to tell you, just don't watch this movie. He actually gives rabies to the monsters. By the way, you never find out where they're from. Like they're from Mars, but like he stabs one with a syringe filled with rabies.
So rabies. So it wasn't like I haven't seen. God, I can't remember the last time I saw that. So it
Uh,
wasn't like a regular germ like in the other movies.
yeah, well, they just all of a sudden start dying, but he gave them a shot. Oh, by the way, they were in their ships. They look like crabs. It made
Hmm.
no sense. Like they were like you don't know why they were shooting people, and sometimes they were using claws. Sometimes like it may not. Everyone was running. No one had a clue. Like it was just awful. The military's all dead, but they don't explain why,
And
how.
see, movies like that, when they put the original writer's name ahead of the title, you go in with an expectation.
Yes, yes. So anyway, that's why I was. But I was just thinking about that soundtrack. So
Did
go
you see
ahead.
the War of the Worlds, the that miniseries? It was set during like Victorian times.
No, I thought
That
you were
was
gonna.
out just a few years ago. That was pretty good. It was
Oh
set during
wow.
the time that H G Wells wrote the original story.
Oh, I would actually want to see that. I thought
Yeah,
you.
I'll send you a link to it. I've seen it a couple of times. It was pretty good.
I thought you were going to talk about like the TV show that was terrible.
No, not that.
No, once again, an easy show to make. That is terrible. Like,
The thing is, with the one set in Victorian times, obviously they don't have the defenses that we have now, so that was like really tough for them.
right. I mean, how do they? What did they even have cannon? Like,
Yeah, it was just around the turn of the century, and it's a British production too,
oh,
so
so
that gives us some more credibility. Yeah, I'll send you a link later.
yeah, awesome. Yeah. So, we put that on the new Dr. D X
Yes, there
site.
you go. I didn't even think about it. Thanks for that, Arden.
So I want to point out that Dr. D has a new X site. So please, you can go to Arden, the Arden, the crotchety old man, and also Dr. D, and we will both be building upon these. And hopefully, I'd like to thank again. By the way, I'm starting early in my thanking. I want to thank all the people of Europe who literally have been listening to our show again. I mean, you guys are awesome. You
That's
know,
real. That's insane. We have
and
more people outside of the country than in the country.
it's getting there. It was a 60-40 split last week or
Wow.
2 weeks ago. 60-40. And some of them I'm like, Sri Lanka? Really? Wow.
Sri Lanka.
But I mean our people our guy in Denmark, thank you again. Leeds, England. I mean, come on, you guys are awesome.
What other countries can you think of off the top of your head? Give everybody a shot.
Well, we definitely got Australia. We
You
have
mentioned you mentioned Hungary.
Hungary is definitely one. We have Japan has had quite a few. Korea's had a few.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just amazing. A bunch of European ones: Poland, Italy. I mean, California, because they're. I hate California. I'm not. I've never been to California, and I never will. How sad is that?
I've been a million times. It's a place that you visit, you don't live
Right.
because there's so much to see in this. It's a beautiful state, but who wants to live there?
Which could be coming to Virginia, which is my segue to
Yeah.
talk about. So before I go into movies, Virginia is a mess right now. A lot of crazy shit's going on, and I apologize for saying shit, but it is. So we have a big vote on Tuesday. Early voting has started for a while, and they're letting people know how the votes are going already. So, and this is to redistrict and for congressional seats. Now, right now, it's a 6-5 split. Republicans control 5 houses, 5 districts. Democrats control 6. By the way, no problem with it. But now the new redistricting map is being so changed, it will actually be 10-1 Democrat. Now the ads are all over the place down here, and they have Barack Obama
My
pointing out. Go
my
ahead.
phone is being scammed left and right. I have to
Oh,
block all these numbers. It's out of control.
luckily, it's a scam likely for me, so I don't even bother. But then you get a text. But like the Barack Obama commercial where he's pointing out, it's only temporary. It's only. Wait, this is the government we're talking about.
Not,
That
not,
will not.
not,
No.
not, nothing's temporary. Security at airports was temporary in 2001. We still have it.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we weren't supposed to have all this stuff. So we had uh Youngkin was talking about, this was a bipartisan effort in 2020. Both sides agreed. Like that no one had a problem with it. And everyone, and of course the Democrats are yelling, that this is to stop Trump from trying to steal vote. He's not. It will still be 6-5. Like he's not
Yeah.
still. We're not redistricting for Republicans here. I mean, New York has some of the worst redistricting lines ever. And it's just trying to. They are
New
trying to
York
steal.
always has, and it just went down to another low level.
Yeah, it's so bad. So that's bad. But what are we looking at in Virginia? So here's some ones that people may not know, and why the spam burger, yes, anything named spam, except the actual meat, it should just literally just be laughed at. Her approval rating is now 45%.
That was quick.
Yeah, she was sworn in at 57 and she's down to 45. Why? Because, okay, here's one for you. You know how we have no tax on tips?
Hmm.
Not in the state of Virginia. You still have to pay tax on tips in Virginia. Um,
People don't realize that people working for tips, you need every dollar you can get.
Yep, and these are on all the electronic tips that they still have to come out. So companies now have to redo it because they're taking out for federal. I mean, they're not taking out for the federal tips, but they now have to still take out for the state.
I don't go out as often as I used to, but I still shove cash at people because they can put that in their pocket and I
Yeah,
don't have to worry about a little under the table action there
and you
because
all.
they're getting hosed.
Oh, and it's hard enough when you've in Fairfax County have raised all pre-made food. All restaurants are you have to pay a 3% tax on all of that already. That's brand new, but that we knew about. What other new ones did we have? Oh, Veterans Day. Now you are a veteran, Dr. D. Thank you again.
Yes,
But
sir.
you will not. Your kids cannot go. Usually get off on Veterans Day. Not anymore. So that is now actually being all kids are now have to go to school on Veterans Day in the
Yeah,
state of Virginia.
which is funny because a lot of those kids' parents are veterans. We
Exactly.
we have schools named after veterans.
The Pentagon is in Virginia. I mean,
But you know what? We've got a generation of people coming up running things and presiding over stuff that never served. They that's not been their gig.
it's absolutely awful. So today at work, I go in there. Oh, and also I forgot about this one. They are also in the all federal elections, especially the presidential. We are now going to sign on with California for the popular vote. So no matter who wins the popular vote, that's where all of the electoral college votes go. Even if whoever's party wins, doesn't matter. So if you win the popular vote, you get Virginia's electorals. So why even vote? Like,
Wow.
why? First of all, how could that be legal on the federal side? Because let's just say an independent wins, and let's just say they got five electoral. I forgot how many Virginia has. What, 20?
I think it's
11?
20, yeah.
Yeah. So let's just say there's 20 electoral votes for the independent. Well, he gets zero because the elect he's not going to win the popular vote all over the country.
No.
So he gets zero, and whoever comes in second or who won the popular vote will get it. So why even have it?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that was another bad one. And then we have guns. The takeaway of guns has truly begun. The AK-47 has been pretty much banned. Now, before you start, I can tell Dr. D is he might be doing some surgery on some people. But now, I do not own an AK-47 where I live. I really don't need one.
Yeah, no, I don't own an AK.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's some handguns that I'm actually looking at. I was actually looking at this really cute Derringer that fires like a shotgun shell. I love it.
You know, one of the things that kills me is that they demonize all of them fire ordnance.
Right, of some sort.
Right. So if I'm on the business end of a 45 or an AK, what does it matter?
Right, that bullet is going to go through you and into the two houses away.
Yeah, now granted, an AK will do more damage than a handgun,
Yes, yes,
you know. And what they're doing is tying the hands of law-abiding citizens because criminals are going to criminal. This is not going to stop criminals at all.
right. And the
None of
whole
it's going to
point.
stop.
What was it, Jefferson who actually wrote in the paper in his papers that the whole purpose of the Second Amendment is to protect us from our government? Like,
Yeah.
isn't that the whole point? I mean, honestly, you should be allowed. If you have the money, you should be able to. You should have your own warthog that you could fly, fully weaponized.
You could run with the implications behind this whole thing,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
you could tell this time these people mean business.
yeah, they want to take it away. Now, you know who has no gun rights? Iran, North
Yeah, that's
Korea,
true.
North Korea,
Europe,
China, Russia. You see problems with this, ladies and gentlemen? Though we're waiting for the people to rise up in Iran. By the way, I don't know what's going on today. I actually have not watched any news. So
I haven't either.
I don't know who controls the Strait. I don't know. I actually liked it when they were calling it the Strait of Trump. Okay, I mean, come on. We have the Gulf of America. We have Trumpistan. Trump. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. So I don't want to go there. I don't want to talk about the war at all because I really don't know what's going on. I think if it somehow works where ships are coming in and going out but just not stopping at Iranian ports.
Another disturbing thing, and this is just my opinion, is that we're in recession in everything but name, and
Oh
neither
yeah,
party on either side of the aisle is talking about that right now.
they don't care. They don't
Well,
care.
they should
Well,
be because it's not funny. We've got more people losing their jobs, which
yep,
means when you lose your job, you're not buying stuff, and they keep wanting people to buy everything.
right. And they complain that there's no infrastructure. And they complain about affordability, but then all they do is tax. Or they don't make it that they're lowering taxes so you can buy stuff.
Well, infrastructure isn't a priority because right now it's going into the war machine and AI.
Yeah.
That's what it's going into.
By the way, as a IT guy, I was reading an article about data centers being, but I don't know where this just popped into my head. Data centers in Finland are being buried underground, and the heat they produce actually is going to be heating cities in Finland, towns and cities.
I did hear that, and that makes sense.
Like, what a brilliant idea. Like, I mean, we should literally be putting solar panels on, get rid of all of these farms and put them on top of these buildings so they can like do that
The
and
thing
somehow
is,
pump
Arden, the
the
thing
heat
is,
out.
Arden, is that here people would lose money if you did something like that.
Well, yes, that is true.
That's the main reason. So anything that makes sense will pass here so long as it can be commodified.
Wow, look at that. That's a big word, commodified.
Well, I didn't
Wow.
make the word up, I just use it.
Wow. That's something I probably have heard 3 times in my life.
It
That's
was
like,
true.
yeah, I'm not even, that's like advanced college words.
Yeah, and I never finished college, so there you go.
Well, speaking of using words, have you noticed in movies and TV shows and just now like in regular life? In fact, you did it with me yesterday. We were talking where you were dropping lines and places and events from movies and TV in normal conversation.
Hmm.
Have you been seeing like more and more that I'm like, and I was watching the Yankee game yesterday, and Paul O'Neill is one of the announcers, and he was literally like, "Wow, you look like someone out of Lord of the Rings," and I'm like, "Wow, like, are you from Narnia?" And then he goes, "No, that's a whole other movie." Like they were,
And you know what's funny about that? When Dennis Miller did it like 20 some odd years ago, everybody gave him a hard time about like all of his arcane references.
right.
Now it's just like metastasized everywhere. It's just like all over the place.
Yeah, I was watching. Did you ever see the movie Little Giants? It's a football movie for younger kids, not little
Didn't
kids.
see that one. No.
Oh, well, the final play, it's actually good. Okay, I actually will say it's a good movie. But the final play of the football game, the championship game, is called the annexation of Puerto Rico. It was designed by this computer geek nerd kid who didn't actually play for the team.
Hmm.
And I'm watching the UFL, and yes, Defenders won again today. Yes, go Defenders, 3-1. Um, Literally, the guy, there was a play, and it looked like the old Statue of Liberty play, kind of. And he goes, "Hey, that looks like the annexation of Puerto Rico." I guarantee I might have been one of the only people who understood the reference listening to it. Like, because the other announcer was like, "What?" And he had to explain, "Oh, yeah, it's from a football movie called Little Giants." And I was like, what? They're literally having a conversation about a movie instead of the game, which I actually preferred.
That's funny.
But you're hearing it a lot.
How old is this flick?
Oh, it couldn't be that. Well, I was about to say it couldn't be that old. It's probably 20 years, but now it's
Oh,
like
okay.
it's like for the same age as like Sandlot. You
Oh,
know,
all right. Sandlot, what's like that's in the 90s, early 90s.
yeah, so maybe something like that. Maybe
Okay.
I mean, I guarantee like they're all like none of the kids made it as famous, but yeah, it's just it actually was probably like the football version of Sandlot. Bunch of nerdy
Okay.
kids get together and they actually Ed O'Neill from Married with Children.
Okay.
He's the bad coach.
Okay.
So worth
Sandlot
watching.
was cool. I like that movie.
Good movies. Part two was terrible.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yes, there was a part two to Sandlot. I want to
Yeah,
point.
I didn't even bother with that.
Yeah, stop. People need to stop watching. So, what are your things today? What's on your mind? Or else I'll just dominate with politics, and I want to stop talking about that for a
Oh,
while.
I was thinking earlier, man, just like every year, Earth Day's coming up on the 22nd, and I bring it up because it's like a huge deal.
Earth Day.
Yeah, the 22nd.
Oh,
Remember the first year it was out, we had those ecology flags in class. I think it was like in the fifth grade, whenever the first Earth Day was,
hmm.
and all that was a big deal. But I was looking over movies that are ecology minded.
Ah,
And I
like,
think we talked about some of this before already, but tops of my list is always going to be Silent Running from 1972.
mm,
That's
okay,
a good one.
good one.
Soylent Green again is
Love
another
that.
good one.
Love that. That's one that's quoted all the time. They're
Right.
eating
The thing
people.
is, the book by Harry Harrison, the whole cannibalism side of that was not in the book. They added that
Oh,
just for the movie.
really?
The book
Really?
the book was really no, none of that was in the book by Harry Harrison did the book. Yeah, none of that was in there.
Wow. So what was the Soylent Green?
I'm trying. No, it wasn't part of that. What they had in
Oh,
the book were soy. They had they did have Soylent wafers, but it had nothing to do
okay.
with using people for that. So they
Uh,
just like added that in for the movie.
wow.
But the biggest difference from those old movies to now is that the old movies um, held us accountable for all
Right.
kinds of stuff.
Right.
The new ones don't do that, and they like make it vague excuses for it, but they don't hold anyone accountable.
It,
And I can't watch them.
right. Godzilla versus the Smog Monster,
Oh yeah,
which honestly was probably the worst Godzilla movie ever made.
yeah,
Yeah, Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. But at least, I mean, the whole concept of Godzilla was he was born, like, they got rid of the original meaning, because in the original movie, it was all about the nuclear testing.
hmm
And now it's like he's a Titan that has to control the other Titans because they're. I'm like, come on, like you're trying to explain Godzilla. Just make him that he was a radioactive thing that just grew, from
yeah.
a nuclear missile. Like, I mean,
The newer movies though are like just focused on climate, like The Day After Tomorrow. Remember that
yeah.
from yeah, that one. Snowpiercer was
Snowpiercer.
another one. Yeah,
Uh,
Waterworld. Avatar. We can't even
yep.
go there. Wall-E though I really liked. I mean,
Wally. That's a
Wall-E
good
actually had a
movie.
little something to say.
Yeah. And by the way, if anyone's not seen it, it's worth seeing because we can become like that.
Wall-E is yeah, that one was really good.
But they actually had a plan. Like they left the robots to clean the earth. And
Yeah.
then they were going to come back. So they did actually have a plan. It just didn't work. But also, if you watch them, and I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent here, the Arden tangent, like everyone is fat and lazy and they don't do anything. The robots do everything. And that's like the ideal dream because if you're a government, and by the way, with them, it's always the captain of the ship,
hmm
you can control the masses if they're dumb, stupid, and lazy.
Yeah, like now, real
Yeah.
life.
And with AI, it's actually happening more and more and more.
Now you don't even have to be overweight. They're just after your brain.
Yeah. I mean, and people are getting stupider and stupider and stupider. Notice how I didn't say dumb. Okay, like they're just getting stupid. They just
Yeah.
don't know anything.
It's a choice. We're all born with a capacity, and people make choices.
Yeah, and they're just where I work. It's a non-political political environment. Like
hmm
we'll talk about like the bag tax all the time,
Yeah.
and and I do this all the time. Hopefully I don't get fired for it or arrested, but like I will actually tell them it's true. The bag tax goes into a slush fund. It doesn't go to like clean up a river or anything else. It's the government just grabbing your money that they will use for whatever they want, including their own raises. So how I tell people all the time, I apologize. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's Loudoun County, Virginia. They need the money for their raises that they just voted themselves.
Hmm.
And I go, we. This is the key. I say we get what we voted for. This way,
Yeah.
this way, if I get a raging person from the other side, I can't get into trouble.
The other thing people don't see is that regardless of who you vote for or party, there's still an agenda that's going forward,
Yeah,
regardless of who's in. So that's what you need to focus on. I
yeah,
don't care who's talking on TV. You need to look out the window and see what's going on.
right. The people behind the person who's running, like
You know what?
Swalwell.
And people can say, "Oh, you're being conspiratorial, this, that, and the
No,
other," but it's pattern recognition.
I had
Nothing
a
conspiratorial about it.
I had a buddy who ran for office. He lost. He lost
Hmm.
in Virginia, and he said all that he did was talk to people that actually would be supporting his candidacy and all the favors that he would have to do for them.
Oh my God.
And he goes, I was just trying to raise money, but they would give money with conditions. I mean, Swalwell, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Like
Hmm.
the Democrat Party, everyone knew about it, that he was an absolute sleazebag. Everyone knew, but he voted against Trump. He hated Kavanaugh, and and this sounds terrible, but because he was a good-looking, dorky guy, he got away with it. Now, if you yourself have either a clearance or held a clearance, can you imagine if you were literally dating a Chinese spy? Do you think you would be able to get a job as a congressperson?
That wouldn't go over.
Yeah, but he did work for him because of his because he was a sucker and he was
Well, does Elon Musk have a security clearance?
who knows?
Yeah, and see, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but he has one thing that's more important than a security clearance: money,
Well, it's money. Yeah,
money, big,
well,
big
exactly, and
money.
that's what dictates everything.
Yeah, and so yeah, but the guy Gonzalez, Anthony Gonzalez, he's gone. He resigned. No one no
Yeah,
one cares, and I'm glad he
yeah.
resigned. He's a scumbag too, but it's just it's just
Speaking of challenges, another segue. Excuse me.
thank you.
We've talked about unemployment challenges. What's the biggest one that stands out for you with trying to get work? And I
Oh
can
my
shed
God.
light on that too,
Oh,
because
oh my.
I didn't work for almost a year.
Actually, being experienced, and actually, these are new ones. Actually, I was having conversations with these young people today. Like, I have seen it when I was unemployed for over a year, like 3 years ago. 2 years ago, excuse me. I literally realized, like, I'm talking to people who I could be their dad.
Yeah,
And so
yeah, yeah.
like you have to tone down your resume. You have to be stupider. They will always think, why would I hire this guy? He's older than my dad. Now, when you're younger and you look at someone who's in their 50s or 60s, you think they're really old.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because you're 20. You have no, like, you're like, wow. By the way, I mentioned movies and concerts that I went to where these kids weren't even born yet. So it's like,
But the difference is when we were kids, you were
yes,
still aware of music and books
and
that were
movies and
written and around before you were born.
right, of course.
But now this generation now has no clue about stuff even from 30 years ago. You
Right.
don't have to go back 100 years. You just
Yeah.
go back 30 years.
And
No
so,
clue.
I mean, if my mom said, yeah, I went to see Chuck Berry in concert, I'd be like, oh, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, but if I tell a kid, oh, yeah, I went to see Nirvana, they'd be like, oh, I like their music. And you're like, oh, God. Like,
Like Phantom of the Opera.
Phantom of the
Silent movie
Opera,
came out in 1925. You and I were not around.
not even close.
You still knew about it. Good
Yep.
movie. Lon Chaney, he's still legit.
Yep.
And
Dracula, werewolf, Nosferatu. It's a silent movie. Like
yeah,
we knew about these movies. You watched them. Oh, which reminds me. Okay, and another segue. And then I'm going to go back to unemployment because that's really like do you remember the movie Sleeper with Woody Allen?
absolutely.
I think that's what Iran is trying to do with the new Ayatollah. Like he's literally like a nose. and they're gonna rebuild his body. Like,
Wow.
I mean, like, if you ever saw that movie, literally Woody Allen and the Resistance, another
Uh-huh.
movie, by the way, controlled by the left, thinking about what happens with the apocalypse. By the way,
Uh-huh.
which so you must see Running Man. You must have to do a few other yeah, like not Running Man. What did I bring up? Ah, man, the one with Sylvester Stallone. Um,
Oh,
damn, I talked about it like
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Yeah, like all of these movies. Sleeper, the same thing. I mean, but it was a comedy, so it's yeah, and they literally have to literally he poses as a doctor who's going to literally clone a person from a nose.
Yeah, that was a crazy movie.
Crazy movie, crazy movie. By the way, wow, I have just too much on my head. Speaking of another movie, did you see Spaceballs?
Oh, that's great. They just
Yeah.
announced Spaceballs 2.
Yep, Spaceball 2. The what was it? The title's funny because it's they actually are not going to be Spaceballs, the search for more money. That's like everyone thought that was going to be the title, but it's like Spaceballs 2, the new one.
The new one, yeah.
That is on my list to watch.
You know what, Mel Brooks, you got to hand it to him, man. What's he going to be, 100 in June or something like that?
All of these guys are 100.
And this guy's just still working. He's just still doing it.
Dick Van Dyke's 100. Clint Eastwood's 100.
No, I don't know. He's not 100 yet.
Oh, I thought he
He's in
just
his,
did. I thought he just turned 100.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I know he's in his 90s. I don't think he's 100 yet.
Oh, I don't know. I could be
I
wrong.
have to, I have to look that up. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Chuck Norris is not 100, but he's kicking ass in heaven.
Yeah, exactly, man.
He was tired of beating everyone else up, so now he's up there. He's in
Somebody's
heaven.
getting roundhoused right now.
Have you seen all those memes with him?
Oh, even when he was alive, there's like millions of them.
He is so funny. And even the ones where he tells the jokes. He'll actually put himself in third person. He'll be Chuck Norris is so tough.
He had good humor about that though, man. He said he liked him.
He is so funny. Just everything. But anyway, yeah. So by the way, the unemployed thing, it's just like I just want to go back to the old days and watch Office Space again and again because that's how
Awesome
big.
movie.
And but if no one's really seen it because it's old now, it's an old movie. Come on,
Yeah,
they
it's
actually
like
have.
26 years old, something like that.
I
Yeah.
mean, they destroy a fax machine. But but watching that kind of shows the evolution of what's happening today from the
Yeah.
beginning. The having those TPS reports, like everyone's asking you to do the same work.
Hmm.
Very few people actually are working. Like, what is real work now? I mean, I know people who literally have jobs that are like jobs to have other jobs about. Like you are the manager of a corporate training team that's training on training. What?
Yeah.
And you have to manage a whole team of potent of training merchant. Like you have to get, oh, okay. Like who? What are they going to train about? And I'm like,
Somebody finagled their way into that because you didn't learn that in school. It's just,
right. You would just have one person do it. You don't need
yeah.
an entire organization just to teach about, like whatever the thing of the month is,
My
whatever.
my favorite workplace movie besides Patterns from 1956, Rod Serling, is Glengarry Glen Ross.
Wow. Barely remember that one, but I did
Oh
see
my
it.
goodness, man. Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
there's so many good Office movies and shit.
What
Well,
the
The
thing is,
Office, a TV
speaking of
show.
trends in movies, this is the other thing is that newer movies that do stuff about the workplace never hold management accountable for anything.
Right.
It's always this it's some way somehow the whole thing's never traced back to them.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Because
Remember,
if there's problems in the workplace, it starts up top
and
with
usually,
crazy things.
and I've seen that firsthand. Remember in movie
Yeah.
9 to 5? That's a
Yeah.
movie. By the way, that's a movie. When I was younger, I was not allowed to say I actually watched it. Like your other friends would probably like you watch 9 to 5. What's wrong with it? What is wrong with you? Like now I could be like, yeah, I watched it. I mean, I really don't remember it. I mean, I wasn't a Lily Tomlin fan. Who's the other person? It was Lily Tomlin, Dolly Parton, and who was the
Yeah,
third?
Dolly Parton. I
Who's
haven't
that?
seen that. I haven't seen that in years. They used to play
Working
that
nine
song on the
to
radio.
five,
Yeah.
on a way to make a living. By the way, can you imagine working 9 to 5? I haven't worked 9 to 5 in forever.
No.
Eight
They
to
they need they need to have something called 12 to 12. That's what they
right.
need to do.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, it's they need to make Clerks, even though it's a different type of movie.
Oh,
Work
Clerks
movie.
is sick, man. I love that movie. I love Clerks too. Both of them were good.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh,
The originals.
those guys are great.
I mean, what is it? What's his name? I'm about to
From
call him
Jersey,
from
Jersey boys.
Boise, who literally maxed out their credit cards to make a black and white movie, and it worked. They got lucky. Like, by the way, like all of these movies that worked, it was pretty amazing. I mean, you had um, what's the horror movie that was made on the camera?
Oh, Blair Witch.
Blair Witch. Like those two things, Clerks, Blair Witch, they were black and white anyway. So I feel like I apologize. Today was just, it's all my fault. I just
Hey,
had so many
we can
ideas.
pick it up next time because there's so much to unpack with unemployment.
Yeah, the unemployment stuff is just crazy. I'm so thankful to have a job, but it's just awful when you're not. And I've seen so many people. My financial advisor had to go back to work in her late 60s. She was retired just because they couldn't make. Her husband lost his job.
Wow.
Yeah, welcome to Northern Virginia. Yeah, I'm gonna play. So I was gonna try to find it while I was talking, but we're running out of time. I was gonna find the Godzilla sound. Like it's another, because that's another one I wanted to talk to you about. Sounds that you recognize, that you know who the character is just by the sound. Like Godzilla's roar.
Oh, that's iconic, man.
Yeah, I mean, the War of the Worlds, that was literally the Martian machine actually getting started and moving and flying and then blasting.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain sound effects that that whatever the sort, like the lightsaber in Star Wars, that like
The gong on the end of the noose in the Addams Family TV show. Bong.
bong. Oh yeah, I mean,
Rang.
Lurch. There's only one Lurch. The guy in after that, and Wednesday was. Is there a part 3 to that on Wednesday? I think so.
I never watched that show.
It wasn't that bad. I recommend it. It's one of those. I watched the whole thing. All right,
Okay.
so we got to wrap up. I have no music again because I suck. So I'll just hum. Anyway, feel free, reach out. You got to follow Dr. D. Dr. D. C. It's Doctor dot D, and then it's
No dot. No
no
dot.
dot, just Dr. D. C570.
D.
Oh, I'm sorry, C57D. And if you know what that is, Dr. D will personally email you back.
Yes.
Because if you knew it, I got it wrong. I apologize. I tried.
T57D. Think about it, people.
Think about it, people, and follow us if you like our show. Follow us. Feel free to write to us because we'll talk to you. We
Yeah.
have no problem. And if you know anything about movies, we'd love to talk to you. If you want to just bitch and complain about politics, we'll talk to you. You can disagree with us. We have no problem listening. Change our minds. Make us happy. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. And I'll just hum us out while I try to find the button. Have a great one, everyone.